Welcome back to News 3 Today. October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. National data shows nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States, which equates to more than 10 million people each year. Many continue to live in silence. Karen Alston was one of those people. She is now a national certified domestic violence advocate and the founder and CEO of For the Julie You, a nonprofit that provides resources to victims and survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Now, we want to start off by talking a little bit about your journey because you are a domestic violence survivor. What do you remember about that experience?
When you go through your life and you start thinking about how did this first happen to you, I remember that I closed a lot of doors and I became blinded to the things that were happening, even from the age of 15 years old, when I was actually sexual assaulted by someone that our family really trusted, and everyone would say, this is a person that you go to for guidance and for prayer. And I shut those things down, and then realizing later on, as I began to go through a lot of domestic violence situations, I went from one abusive situation to another abusive situation, not ever looking at what was really happening to me. And I was really one of those persons, Kim, that would say, this would never ever happen to me, until it did happen. And it became very violent. Some of those situations where I was being beaten all night long, pistol whipped. I thought that was the worst experience. And then the person would get up the next morning after being, you're being abused, you're laying there in a fetal position all night long, you're afraid to call out to anybody, you're afraid to move, you're almost afraid to even breathe. And they get up the next morning and they put their suit on, they kiss you goodbye and say,
like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened, have a great day, I love you. And they walk out the door to go teach somebody else's elementary child.
Now, when did you find the courage and how to say enough? We know that's the hardest part.
The hardest part of that was when I had to actually look at myself in the mirror and realize I was going from one abusive situation to another. And I actually cried out, because the point was, I said, I'd rather be dead than to be alive and living in hell. And then I realized that something more was happening to me. When you're getting depression, you're hiding from other people. You don't want anybody else to know that these things are happening to you. And then I had to realize that all of these different type of spirits were attached to me, because I no longer became the victim. Now I'm the abuser. I'm angry and I'm going forward. So I'm going to get you before you get me. And so all of those things build up inside of you. And I had to begin to seek professional help to help bring me to the next level.
Now we have about a minute left, but
yes.
Once you did say enough, you used your experience to help other people, and that's where For the Julie You comes in.
Absolutely. And I had to heal in order to do that. And For the Julie You, when individuals come to us, we do not say to them, why don't you just leave? We say what it is that you need right now. Because a lot of times all they need is just a listening ear, just for a moment, until they get the strength and the confidence to be led to where they get the professional assistance that they need.
Now, you provide resources. You're not a shelter, but you do
Absolutely
provide resources. Real quick, let's talk about the I Shall Speak for Her campaign.
Yes, we did the I Shall Speak for Her campaign. We're now 2 years into it. And what we did, we asked individuals to stand up and say no more to domestic violence, that they will take a stand and get the education so that they know what to say, when to say it, and how to embrace others that was in it. Because we believe that education plus recognition is the key to prevention. You can't help somebody when you know nothing about it.
All right, Karen Alston, thank you
Yes.
so much for joining us today. Now, in many cases, in many abuse cases, it can be deadly. According to the U.S. crime reports, nearly 1 in 5 homicide victims are killed by an intimate partner. Now, here are some resources if you or someone you know or care about is in a dangerous situation. If it's an emergency, call 911. For a safe escape plan, contact Safe Shelter in Savannah, Safe Haven in Statesboro or Walterboro, and Hopeful Horizons, which serves the Low Country. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is 800-799-7233. You can find more resources on our website at wsav.com/domestic violence.